Welcome back, everybody. Just the two of us today, a short and sweet trading show. Lots to talk about, Baloo. We're going to get you to explain what hash rate is to people in a moment, because the Bitcoin hash rate reached its highest ever level yesterday. That is actually rather important. Huge weekly close, 18-month high. Funding rates. I'll get you to explain what that is to people briefly as well, but that basically shows that longs are having to pay shorts at the moment. We'll get your thoughts on what level of resistance would turn you long to short. So I'll hand it over to you, sir. Sure. And I know you're going to rub it in my face for not buying as many ordinals as you have, because they are popping off. So I guess that's probably where you're going to start.
Well, do you want to start with ordinals or do you want to start with hash rate? I think hash rate's a really good discussion.
Yeah. Look, I'll leave it up to you. I mean, obviously, most of the audience want to hear how they're going to get rich quick, and ordinals are the ones popping off. So maybe that's the better place to start.
All right. Well, let's start with some ordinals then. Let me go ahead and share my screen. And hold on. Oops, hold on.
People are waiting with bated breath to see the huge amount of money you've made in ordinals. But you're having problems with you.
I think it's just getting started too. Okay, where is it? There we go. All right. Ordinals. There aren't really charts. The charts are pretty few and far between. But there's a ton of focus going towards the ordinal space. And you can see this in the mempool. So I'll just quickly go to the mempool and it's actually calmed down. This got to 70 sats per VByte today. So something's going on with the ordinal space. This is showing you how expensive transactions are, or how much money people are willing to pay to get into the next block. So it's showing FOMO, basically. Right. The higher this number is, the more people are FOMOing into something. And ordinals have just been going fucking insane. Pardon my French. But we've,
I mean, talk us through a couple of those numbers there. I'm seeing sort of 800%, blah, blah, blah.
So this is volume. So we're seeing 800% increase in volume. It's not doing that, but Goosenals, this was at like $60 last week, and it's now at $330.
Okay.
Bitcoin Frogs was at $500 for a very long time. It's at $1,600. But the one that I'm really excited about is Sats. Sats I first started talking about Sats before it even really had a price. It just had basically a mining fee to inscribe it down here at around 275 2,500 satoshis, and it's now at 25,000 satoshis. So it's done a huge markup, and it doesn't even look like a plateau yet. We still are seeing a lot of demand coming to Sats. Another project that I've brought to the community's attention, one of the original ones that got me into ordinals, was Bitmaps. This is the metaverse on Bitcoin. And we were talking about this at $1. It's at $27 right now. So it's done a 27x. There's money to be made out there. And like I've been saying, beating on that drum for fucking months, it's ordinals. So a lot of people are coming to that realization. They're warming up to the market. They're downloading the wallets. They're learning that it's really not that different from purchasing something on OpenSea with a MetaMask wallet on the Ethereum network, and volumes coming in. We're seeing really
on that note, people, look, we have done a handhold on how to get set up here. Links below to that, and also to Baloo's channel as well. If you're not having to join this community, I would,
I believe.
That was for Track, correct.
Yeah, so we got Track, which hasn't been going crazy, but is still looking good. I mean, I guess it's starting to go crazy now. It's picking up some steam, but comparatively, you know, we were talking about track at 30 cents. It's at 76 cents. So it's not doing a 25x. It's not doing a 100x, but you know, it's still got good.
Yeah, I mean,
good
I
momentum.
suppose a lot of people are watching this going, well, okay, yes, well done, boys. You have been talking about this for months, but have I missed the boat? It's interesting you bring up track. Maybe if you just want to briefly explain to people again where track sort of fits into this ecosystem, because I am quite pleased to hear it hasn't done that 50x.
Yeah. So
and therefore it might be a good play.
yeah, I still think track has a lot of value and utility. Track is similar to Chainlink. Now, Chainlink is very different in the sense that it's taking off-chain data and bringing it into the blockchain, whereas Track is organizing the Bitcoin data. So it's organizing the on-chain data in a way that kind of tracks ordinals, who's got the ordinals, who's got the tokens. It's organizing Bitcoin's transaction syntax, I guess, for lack of a better term, to just, you know, figure out who's got what where. Yeah. And it's trying to do so in a decentralized way. Because right now, still, even though we have a ton of hype in the ordinal space, ordinals are centralized. Bitcoin is decentralized. The settlement is decentralized, but the data and the information is still not, it's still centralized. And that's a work in
effectively
project.
an infrastructure play would be the way I would look at it for these
Exactly.
ordinals. So for ordinals, I'm going to go, well, you'd have to assume track has still got plenty of mileage left in it. On that note, is there a competitor to track at this point?
At this point, no. At this point, no. There was some from the Ordinals wallet, but Ordinals wallet is kind of just dying down. They're not even keeping up with the prices of assets now. So they seem to be dying off. So right now, no, there really isn't.
Yeah. As I say, people, if this has sparked your interest, we have done a video specifically on track, how to get involved. There's links to Baloo's content below as well. If you really want to go in depth, I suggest you click that. Okay, so what's Bitcoin doing? Shall we explain hash rate highest in its history yesterday? Why is that important?
Yeah.
What does that actually mean?
All-time high. To me, it is grounding the fundamentals of the strength of the network. When you have hash rate at an all-time high, it means you've never had that many miners before. You've never had this much infrastructure that is dedicated towards this computing power. You have a ton of computing power going into the Bitcoin network. And Max Kaiser actually, I don't know if he stole this from someone else, but he said on a tweet the other day, you know, hash rate precedes price. And I think that makes a lot of sense. It's kind of, it's a measurable fundamental that has a chart, and we're mooning on hash rate. We keep going higher and higher on hash rate. The network becomes more and more secure. More and more dollars are being invested into mining operations, and the Bitcoin network just keeps getting stronger and stronger. This isn't really a surprise to me, because with ordinals, they're very fee intensive, and there's a lot of transaction going on with ordinals. The miners have never been so profitable. I mean, the last time we had the ordinal boom, when it first kind of came into existence, that was the first time in Bitcoin's history that the mining reward was bigger than the block subsidy. So right now you get 6.25 Bitcoin for every block mined every 10 minutes. We actually have mining fees, transaction fees, higher than 6.25. And miners are incredibly profitable right now. So you're seeing a ton of money being thrown into the mining space.
So I mean, look, it's all looking pretty damn positive, especially in the Bitcoin space here. To what degree? I mean, we'll have a look at the maybe have a look at the Bitcoin chart and get your thoughts on. I mean, obviously, I'm assuming you're long at the moment. What point will that flip for you? And maybe tell us about your indicator that you're using.
Yeah, so we use an indicator called alphanumerics to just kind of track the market, but we've kind of transitioned away from manually trading, and we trade automatically with Blackbox, which is our Bitcoin trading bot that gets its signals from alphanumerics. It's just a way for us to trade hands off. So where would I flip short? Is that your question?
Yes.
Yeah, as soon as this price right here, 25,971. As soon as that is
we
hit
don't actually have that
once.
screen up at the moment.
Okay. Oh, so I've been talking about charts and not showing charts.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay. Right here. So looking at the Bitcoin chart, we're bullish, we're long. And if we have a price here at 25,971, if that's hit, if that's tagged once, we will be back to short. But that's a long ways down. I think a lot would have to change for us to reach that price. It's not impossible, of course. You know, we've been in a pretty big bull market so far. Off the lows at around 16K. You know, we're up over 100% off of those lows. Actually, how high are we? We're up 126% off of the lows. So pretty good rally. The market doesn't think we're in a bull market just yet, in the sense that retail isn't coming in. All of the existing participants are getting excited, but we don't have new money coming in. But yeah, it's an uptrend. We are in an upwards sloping channel, and the assumption is we continue down or continue to rise in this channel. So for us to come down and hit the target where I would flip short at this point in Bitcoin's price action is unlikely. So I'm going to remain long. I am going to remain bullish, and I think that higher prices are ahead of us.
Yeah, look, it's an interesting one. You know, this is a trading show primarily today, but you know, looking at fundamentals, we've got a lot of data that will be coming out of the US this week. That usually has an effect on the market. A lot of analysts are also saying, you know, we've got this rare contraction in US consumer debt, consumer credit, as opposed to savings. And for some analysts, this is quite concerning. This only ever happened 2 other times, and that coincided with the 2008 financial crisis and COVID. So, you know, there are some major economic headwinds, potentially major volatility. So I think proceed with caution would be not financial advice, but the way to be playing this. So
yeah, 100%. You know, I think leverage is a very dangerous tool to be utilizing at this point in the market because we're at a conflict. Crypto is bullish, both fundamentally and technically bullish. Stocks and equities, not so much. It's very shaky in the Forex market. It's very shaky in the equities market. It's very shaky in the commodities market. We have a lot of volatility coming in here. And the fundamentals of fear, if you have a market sell-off over here, crypto is not going to be immune. It might recover faster because the fundamentals are so strong and it's so bullish. But you know, if we see a big dump in the stock market, crypto is going to go along with it in the short term for sure. So using leverage is going to be very dangerous right now. It's not recommended. The name of the game has been spot accumulation plays this whole bear market. That's been anybody who's been doing spot accumulation plays. They are happy. They are not stressed at all. They've been just raking it in and watching the number go up. And anybody who's been playing with leverage has honestly been getting wrecked because it's too hard to pick a side on the short term.
No, I absolutely agree with everything you're saying there. And also the best time to buy Bitcoin, you know, the old adage was yesterday. So look, if you can afford to buy and hold, you haven't missed the boat. Would be maybe the way I'll close the show out. Any final thoughts from yourself?
Go buy Bitcoin. Go stack some sats because they're going to be harder to get.
Yeah. Agree. Listen, thank you very much for your time. Excuse me, got a bit of a froggy throat today. And we'll see you all again very soon. Cheers now.
Have a good one.